Okay, let's talk about China. You know, China right now the economy is booming, it's growing, and they are getting stronger and stronger in power as well. And there's so many billionaires and millionaires, and yeah, and so many good stuff is happening. And that's the good thing about about China, but there are dark and very gloomy sides of China, which is poverty and the poor people and the ordinary people. They have no voice to raise against the government. The government have full power, and if anybody against the rule of the government, they are punished very severely. Even they're killed. See, the thing about China is that the rich are very rich and the poor very poor. And there's so many laws, which are ridiculous in the modern society, like babies, one child policy. And look at all these incidents, babies, being flushed in the toilet, left on the street, they are left to die, because of these laws. It doesn't help or solve the human issues. Come on, we are human, we have feelings, and it's crazy what kind of society they are planning to live or they're trying to build. It's, it's beyond my imagination, but the government is crazy and they don't allow any citizens to even against. There's no freedom in this 21st century. They've been, that the citizens been treated like back in, you know 17th 18th century. And yeah, the educations they had is very narrow, and it's very robotic. Students seems to being forced to study not by choice. And yeah, that's the reason. There's not much these innovations in mind, in young generations, and I hardly see them inventing any recognizable things, whether in technologies or in military. Everything seems like the students are forced to study, and then all they do is just like copy and paste, yeah. And they have such education. Due to that, see, they invent nothing. All they do is copy, you know from duplicating all the clothing and fashion. You can get lots of these branded or designer clothes, which are being duplicated. And see, from such stuff, from such things to even military planes, they copy this, the American, this stealth fighter plane. They even copy all those stuff. All they are good at is copying what people have already got. And why? The reasons why. The question, I mean, not the reason. The question is why. The reason is because of the narrow and one-sided type of educations. And most of the educations have been forced. And look at all this kung fu karate as well. Young kids, young child, they have been forced and they have been tortured, and they are not given freedom in their brain or thinking, to think freely for themselves. Instead, they are everything they think are being guided by the force, and due to that, the people become very robotic, and they don't seems to feel happy or cheerful. They always look like a robot, they look gloomy and like a dummy. Yeah, that's how I think about it. Yeah, and it's a fact. It's a truth. If you don't agree, comment below. or if you agree, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, we'll talk about these things more, huh?